Hello, welcome back to the show. Georgia Tolley here with you till 1. Hope you had a good weekend. Was it a good weekend? It was a bit hot, wasn't it? Let's be honest. And that story went viral, the fact that it's been the hottest April on record. So we weren't making it up. It was too hot. Hopefully it'll cool down a bit. It was actually nicer on the Sunday, I think. And I keep on reassuring myself, we've still got the early mornings and the evenings. It hasn't gone full pea super yet, because I do get a bit depressed in the summer. I have to find other things to look forward to. But yeah, I hope you had a great weekend. Feel free to send in your messages and what you got up to. I'd love to hear from you. But while you do that, have a listen to this, because I've got a statistic, which I say badly, statistic, that might make you pause for a minute. Over half of UAE residents say they have been targeted by at least one financial scam every single month. From things like fake prize notifications to those slightly obvious phishing emails to fraudulent investment schemes. The tactics, they say in this survey, which was actually done by the UAE Cybersecurity Monitoring Organisation, are becoming increasingly sophisticated. Credit cards and bank transfers are the most targeted payment methods. So then, they're not getting into your crypto wallet yet. It's just the simple stuff in many ways. And that basically means our hard-earned savings are at risk, because it only takes, one slip, one distracted conversation, one sort of rushed OTP code. And, you're not just going to lose a little bit. They're so clever now that you can literally lose all your savings, because they either keep you on the line, or they've got some clever twist, or they're using Apple Pay or some other kind of transaction platform, and they just take everything. And joining us today is a businesswoman who recently fell victim. Now, Natalie Crampton is the managing director of TEC Middle East and North Africa. They are an events and communication company based here in Dubai. And Natalie's joined me in the studio. And hello, Natalie. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Natalie is a regular guest on Dubai Eye, a very clever person, a young person, as we've just discovered, a lot younger than me, which is slightly depressing considering how successful she is. Natalie travels the world organising huge and complex events, has dozens of clients, manages literally millions of dirhams. And yet, Natalie, you still fell foul to what was a very sophisticated financial fraud. And I have to say, if you can fall for it, literally anyone can, because you're clever. I mean, that's what it comes down to. You're clever.
Thank you very much, Georgia. I think this has definitely shook my little world, because, I've got grandparents in the UK. They're 82 and 83, and they always, have little wobbles about their online banking, and somebody could hack them and they might lose some money. And I thought, oh no, well, maybe they are vulnerable, but I really thought it only happened to old people or people who are not that savvy.
Yeah, I'm always saying to my mum, honestly, don't worry, they're not going to come for you. Yeah. And in the past, I think that was the case. But now, unfortunately, they're coming for everyone. That's the problem, isn't it?
And in a very, very sophisticated way.
Yeah.
So my story, and it was a long old scam, this one. So it started off in February this year.
Okay.
We got an email into the business saying a company, a very, very well-known company, multinational, which I won't name names here, would like to engage with my business to do some business. They're looking for a new agency. And this was from the procurement company of that said business. Seemed totally normal, totally legit. And the process within my business, remember we're B2B, so we have to sign up, we have to do what we call our procurement paperwork. So you provide trade licenses, insurances, lots of different documentation. And it's normally quite a long, old process. Now, we went away filling in all of that paperwork. It's not unusual to us. We do it a lot for the various businesses we work with. It's time consuming, it's quite heavy, but we get it done. We know that's what we have to do to work with certain companies. Now, at some point through that process, we started to talk about the security bond, the performance bond.
Now, what's that? Now, that's really confusing to me.
Yes. So this is some money that the client, so if they were to be our work with us, they'd be our client. It's the money that the client holds to secure our business. So we do a good job. They're holding money for us on our behalf, and we settle our money at the end of the project. So we both parties are very much invested in the project. It's quite normal here. It's a little bit old school, I would say, but it's fairly normal. And we've done this process many times with many different companies.
So just to clarify that bit, because this is where this is the nub of the issue. So you are maybe going to host or organise an event for them that's going to cost like 1 million or 2 million dirhams. And in exchange, they ask for you to pay them 200,000 dirhams as a sort of security.
Exactly it.
So you're both invested, you both got something to lose, you're not going to, ruin their event.
Exactly. And it's happened. It's happening. It's less so common now, but I've been here 20 years and we've done it many times over the years.
Okay, so it is a normal state of affairs. So when someone messages you from the multinational company asking you to register a certain amount of money with them, this wasn't a red flag.
No, not at all. And the paperwork was spot on. So we've been through these procurement processes many times over many years, and the questions we were being asked were absolutely spot on. And then the questions we were going back with, because we always want, we always have clarifications and bits and pieces, and the response from the procurement team that we were talking to was also spot on. It felt very normal, very legit, even to the point where the procurement company of this business has said to us, we'd love to meet you face to face. It's like, great, good for me. I get to, build the relationship even further. Come to Abu Dhabi, which is where our headquarters are. We had the meeting all set. We got in the car and they messaged us just as we were getting in the car saying, actually, the meeting's on hold for a couple of weeks. And it just felt so sophisticated. Well, looking back now, it feels very sophisticated. But at the time, it just felt so normal and so genuine, the whole process.
Yeah, because they were... And did you speak to someone or was it a message?
Yes. No, we were speaking by telephone.
Oh, wow.
Not me personally, but my team in the office. Speaking by telephone. Many emails exchanged that I was in copy of.
All with the right email address?
Well, all with the right email address, except for it had the company name, but it was a .com. Now, the business we are dealing with, the client we thought we were dealing with, a .ae. So they...
But they're a multinational, so they could easily be a .com.
Exactly, yeah.
In fact, I would expect... I know what the company...
Yeah.
I'm astonished they're a .ae. Yeah. That must be national pride that's keeping them as a .ae, because you would have thought they would be a .com.
Exactly.
Or at the very least, they would own the .com.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And so you're going through it. So first of all, there's the slight nervousness because you've gone through this procurement process with this fraudster, which means they got everything: bank
all
details,
the data,
address. They know who works for you. They know their email addresses. They've got
seen our company audit, which is part of a procurement process. Now we have NDAs with many of our clients, so it's not the full audit.
Yeah.
But they definitely know a lot about my business. They know my Emirates ID. They know my passport. There's a lot there.
And more to the point, from an immediate perspective, how much money did you end up placing as a bond?
238,000 dirhams was transferred. Yes. I can see your face there, Georgia.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No.
In one lump sum or in bits?
In two, actually. In two different parts. Again, process felt very normal.
Yeah.
The bit that has kind of got us, and this is an ongoing police case, actually, is that when we did the online bank transfer, we transferred using the IBAN, which you do here in the UAE, and you insert the company name. We inserted the company name. Now, there was nothing that flagged up to say the IBAN and the company name didn't match. Now, on my personal banking, it does it.
Yes.
On my business account, it doesn't show that. So we're with DIB, and it doesn't flag that the two don't match. And that's where we tripped up. With my Emirates MBD, it says it straight away. Hey, what's going on? These two don't match.
Yes, it does. Isn't that strange that that's not just standard banking practice?
It's such a shame that it's not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you know that you haven't just been dealing with the real company?
So,
So far, all the boxes have been ticked. It's
Yeah.
all correct. It's all right. All that's gone wrong is that meeting's just been cancelled or delayed for a couple of weeks. When did you discover that something was wrong?
there was a request for a third payment, and that didn't make sense to me because that felt out of sync. And someone in the office came to me and said, they're requesting for this third payment, and this isn't the normal standard I said, right. I said, let's give them a call and let's have a chat through it. Not expecting it to be fraud, more of, do we really have to pay more money kind of conversation.
Honestly, we've done this. We've got a decent record now. You've seen our work. Yeah.
Exactly. And they didn't answer. So I was like, okay, landline, that's fine. Called the company's head office, their landline, asked to speak to X person. And it transpired that person does not work for the company. They were searching the system, looking, said, no, we can't find that person here. And I was like, well, I'm connected to them on LinkedIn because as soon as we got the inquiry, I'd already connected on LinkedIn. I'd already done that.
Oh my gosh, they've got a fake LinkedIn profile.
Yeah. All there.
That's how sophisticated it is. Are they friends with other people from the company on the LinkedIn, or did you not get into that detail?
No, I didn't go into that much detail at the time. No, at the time I didn't. And I actually have a friend who does work in the company, absolutely nothing to do with this procurement thing. But I called her and I said, can you please just double check? Because maybe the person in the office has not searched your database right or something.
Or the person on reception, maybe, having a bad day.
Exactly.
Who is this random person on the phone?
Exactly.
Oh, gosh, my love. How did it feel when you realised?
Well, first of all, I was kind of shocked that, oh my God, I can actually fall for these scams. I really didn't think I would be a person that would fall for that. And I heard your stat at the start that almost half of UAE residents every month get and
targeted.
We get them all the time targeted. But I never thought I would, become a person that falls.
No, neither did I. I've fallen for one before I was on the radio, before I started doing all of this, but I fell for one. My husband fell for one about 5 years ago when the OTP ones,
right.
And I mean, you're quite right though. You never think you're going to. You never think you're going to get caught out.
Exactly. And I think the most heartbreaking thing for me is at TC, as you know, Georgia, a lot of our profits go into our charity schools. We have a lot happening in Africa, and Ethiopia is one that we're focusing on at the moment, and Ghana. And I just feel so upset when I think about that money, how much good it can do in those places. And that's the thing that really gets me angry when I think about it.
Yeah,
think about what happened.
And is it just gone? Can you get it back?
Well, it's an open police case at the moment. I don't know. My hopes are not up. The police have said it was a local transfer. It was transferred within the UAE. Your chances are much higher than if it had been an international transfer. But let's see. I'm not going to hold my breath. If it comes back to me, great. Happy days. If it doesn't, it's a big lesson learned.
And so the Dubai police are tracing it, tracking it. When you dealt with Dubai police, was that a reassuring process?
It was incredible. So professional. Been in the UAE 20 years. Fortunately, not had much interaction with the police.
That's a positive usually, isn't it?
Positive.
Let's be honest.
Made my way over to Jebel Ali police station to report the case, and very efficient. A great process. Really efficient. So hopefully there'll be some nice outcome here.
And I mean, you obviously run a very big and successful company. The loss of 230k, it's not going to send you under.
No, absolutely not. It's not going to send us under. It's, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a complete disaster. Like I said, I just put it back to the charity work we do, and I get really upset when I think about how far that money could go helping the children we support in Africa.
Natalie, thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it, because you know what's so interesting is, as you were describing it, I think that someone's tried it on with me, but I was, working for another big Abu Dhabi company, and I had done one piece of work for them, and maybe it is their procurement department trying to get more information, but they paid me for the last job, and I haven't got another job with them at the moment. So it makes you question it. It makes you suddenly realise that just because but they're clever enough to notice who's working for who and to try it on.
Absolutely.
It's so tricky, isn't it? It just makes you have to be such a cynic. It's so hard.
I mean, I don't even want to answer the phone anymore.
No, neither do I. Neither do I. Natalie, it's been a great pleasure. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. And of course, I think everyone listening now has probably got the same feeling of, oh my goodness, but So if they're that sophisticated, how can I protect my money? How can I make sure that even if I do fall for it, if I have one of those moments, a mind blip, or, frankly, these are professionals, they come for me. How can I protect my hard-earned savings? Well, our guest, who is going to be joining us in the next couple of minutes, is going to help us with that. Carol Glynn, chartered accountant turned finance coach. She's from Conscious Finance Consulting. She's got real-world advice that will help you.
More of The Agenda is coming up next.
On the UAE's #1 talk radio station.